Hello, boys and girls. Welcome to episode 41 of the Ready Up podcast. Um, we will confront the elephant in the room because episode 40 was our return, but then episode 40 happened before Christmas, and we haven't recorded since.
Is that what it
So
was?
I think so. Yeah. Blame Bobby. Bobby was asked to do it that day and he didn't reply. Seemed that he did, but we went to five-side football and he doesn't reply. But we're back. We're going to do it. Going forward, we're going to do it every week again. I think we just got out of the habit, but I've missed it. Have you?
Yeah, because it is kind of hard to talk about it games at a proper level in a WhatsApp group, especially when we're arguing about something. Because just back and forth
Been
notes.
trying to new up, and I'm maybe not even like there's a few games I'm like, this is incredible, but it's not. I'm just trying to get you to play it.
Yeah.
But it's Easter, so happy Easter. It's literally Easter Sunday.
What is Easter? It's Easter when
I was going to highlight this for you because I was going to use an antidote to the podcast. So the Easter, Jesus died on the Friday.
That's what it is.
And he rose on the Sunday, so we died.
What a load of nonsense. Jesus.
Hi, Easter. Have you done an Easter egg hunt so far?
No, the kids are going later on to do one. Went to see Godzilla yesterday. That was my Easter treat.
Oh, really?
Amazing.
Remember the 1987 Godzilla, the wee Chinese man? He's like, Godzilla. Oh, really? Do you know I showed Logan the trailer? And he was just like, stop, this is so good. I need to see it.
That's the way all mine are. Like, they absolutely love it, especially my wee one. He couldn't stop smiling like the whole time.
I prefer the older one, like the 1997. Haven't seen it since 1997.
The one in New York?
Yeah, Matthew Broderick.
Oh, dude, that's awful. At the time, it was good, like, yeah, but if you look back at it, that's the one where, like, Godzilla was a girl, wasn't it? And she laid all the eggs and stuff.
Yeah, it was like fucking Jurassic Park almost. They looked like wee dinosaurs. But it was cool. Remember the scene on the pier and the Godzilla's coming out of the water?
Do you know what? I need to watch it again because I probably haven't even watched it since probably early.
What it does well, out of memory, what it does well is scale. Like, obviously the newer ones do this, but you know, like the promotional art of the 1987 one was like a big foot in New York, and it was just fucking huge. So it was very good at that. But you enjoyed the movie then, yeah?
Oh, it was fantastic. Like, if you like the others, you'll like this here. Although you weren't too keen on the newer ones compared to the 2014 one, weren't you not?
2014 has probably the best trailer I've ever seen on a movie. It was fucking incredible. Do you remember it?
No.
People are doing the Halo. Is it a Halo dive? It's called.
And it's yes. Into the smoke.
Yeah, you see kind of like the red fucking flares, and then you just see Godzilla's back. Kind of like Cloverfield. Did you ever watch that?
Yeah.
Kind of in terms of giving you a big sense of scale and stuff. It's fucking incredible.
Yeah, I think that's what the 2014 done was, the sort of sense of scale of it all, because it was all happening. It was all fresh. Like, they'd never actually seen Godzilla before properly. It was like a build up almost to the end, because you didn't really see him at all properly until the very end.
Then he uses his big mega flare mouth, isn't it?
Yeah. But that's the new one's fantastic. Like, it's more about the Titans and stuff rather than the human stuff, because sometimes they make it all about the humans and it's not very good. There is human stuff in it.
Show yet?
What is it?
Did you watch the show yet?
No, I haven't. I've got it on my like watch list, my favorite list to actually watch it. I do need to watch it because it is canon to the Monsterverse. Apparently, it's really good too.
Yeah, well, I tried to watch. I think I rented it for 15 quid. Godzilla vs Kong. I don't think I watched it all. He was jumping on the boats.
Oh, that's class. Amazing.
I didn't watch him. So Godzilla, I was okay with. It's fine. Godzilla King of Monsters, I think I was like, eh. And then it was Godzilla vs King Kong. I haven't watched Kong Skull Island.
It's good.
And then they've kind of like those all to go through.
Yeah.
But is this ended? Well, not a spoiler, but I think it's just open for more films to be made.
If they ended it here, it would be fine.
Okay.
But I think it does leave the door open.
Godzilla or King Kong, who do you prefer?
Godzilla's better, but I do prefer Kong. I think Kong's really good.
2005 film was great. What a great fucking game if you've ever played that.
Oh,
that's a real game.
Who was in that? Who was the main guy? Jack Black?
Jack Black was the wee director, but that was Adrian Brody. Remember him? He was in The Pianist and all.
Yes.
And then you have Naomi Watts. He played the woman.
Yeah.
I actually watched that not too long ago. That was Peter Jackson. He made that right after Lord of the Rings and then faded into obscurity now. He's fucking done the Hobbits and then fucked off making documentaries.
I think the game's like a really easy achievement score game. on the 360.
That was I got on PS2, and I remember the Christmas getting that, and I got the Harry Potter game, the Goblet of Fire, and the Harry Potter game was terrible compared to the other ones, but the King Kong game was great, phenomenal, especially when you are playing as King Kong. But
the new one, not so much.
fuck, that's right. You played a Kong Rise of
I tried it on the PC. It was fucking awful. It reminds me of like something you would play on your iPhone.
Oh really?
Yeah, one of them cheap games that's just like a complete rip off, like Bing Bong.
Funny you're saying. I'm going to go off on tangent here in a second, but this week I tried to get into iPhone gaming.
Yeah,
I was like, just wanting kind of like, I don't know, like, like kind of fucking some addictive wee game to fart about on. So I've done Simpsons Tapped Out, and then like I said, I was on your level looking around. So when did you last play that? That must have been a while that you were on Simpsons.
that was a long time ago. You're talking pre 2014
Pre-pubes.
easy. No, not that long ago.
Pre-pubes.
Pre-pubes. But I got logged in there that night whenever you were talking about it and seen my wee town. I was like, oh yeah, and then I went off it.
Yeah, because a lot of them they're good, but at the same time they just ask for money constantly. It's like fuck.
Yeah, and the thing is, I have money now, so I don't want to get into it because it would be like, here, wait 12 hours or spend £1. You get it now, and you're like, oh, just spend £1.
I'll get it. Actually, I'll put that on the notes of why I played that. But the only thing I want to touch on, we were talking about Godzilla. Shin Godzilla is supposed to be amazing. It's the Japanese one, and then Godzilla -1. I haven't seen any of them. Have you seen either one?
No, the -1 I'm really want to watch, but I think it's May 1st that comes out in Japan for Blu-ray, so hopefully we'll get it shortly after that there.
I want to watch that. Everyone's going on.
But even if it comes out in May in Blu-ray and you can get it on Prime or whatever, and watch it in Japanese, I'll 100% watch it because it'll probably be better in Japanese or subs.
Mm-hmm.
But it's sure it won was it Oscar or Grammy or something like that?
Won an Oscar for Best Foreign, was it?
Yeah. First Godzilla film to actually do it.
There you go. Fucking that makes me want to see it big time. But yeah, no. So obviously, I'll touch on it quickly because I don't want to talk about it too much. But yeah. So the reason I was wanting the iPhone games is I was playing Animal Crossing, and if I'm playing that every day, I played it this morning as well. Just a game you can hop on 10-20 minutes and play. But I know you tried it, and you were probably like, no.
I went on it the other night, and then there's some raccoon just talking and making stupid noises. I was like, no.
Do you know what it is? I played it over COVID, like when it first came out, and I couldn't get into it. Lindsay loved it. I think it's something that you need to kind of force yourself at the start to kind of play, but no.
I think if I give it the chance, I'll probably get into it, like, because it does have all that kind of stuff. Go in, you do a wee bit, and then that's you maybe done for the day, and you go back the next day, and it's all there or whatever. Which it obviously I do like from.
Like, there's loading screens galore when you're going into a house, and then there's a lot of talking. That's what I mean. I think you would just be like, fuck this now. But Bobby sold me a Switch. He gave it up. I gave up my Steam Deck that I said I would never give up.
That's right.
I'm glad to have the Switch. The Switch is so good, man.
Switch is good. I miss it.
Do you know what it is? If you compare it to even charging your Steam Deck, they just having a wee dock for it and all. It's so nice. Like having your controller dock is just right. It feels right.
It looks nice too. That's quite modern looking. The white one anyway.
Yeah, it's great. But I bought the Zelda game. What's the one? Link's Awakening. It was £30. I already beat it before, but I don't think I'll play it anytime soon. But it's just I wanted to have it because I'm a wee slut.
Yep.
Let's get into it though, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just gonna be a bit more laid back today, cover a few topics, and then we'll get into what we've been playing this year. Also, we're going to talk about Fantasy 7 Rebirth. I've beat it, probably has about 12, 13 hours. I have impressions on Dogma 2 and Ronin. 70 quid on Look It Back. And obviously what we're playing right now, which might, if someone's listening to the podcast, they'll probably be like, he's playing it again after he's slabbered about it so much. But PS5 Pro enhancement requirements have been revealed, Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
So, what's your thoughts? Obviously, I'll let you take over actually for once. Go ahead, lead the way.
It's not. I don't think it's what we want, but I think it's in the right direction anyway, because we've got, so there's this PSSR, which is like PlayStation Super Sample and Resolution, so similar to like DLSS. So that could play a good part in the up in the res of some of them games. Or some of them games that we're getting in performance mode, we might be getting 60, but we're maybe dropping down to 1080p or 1440. That should help uplift the graphics to make it look a lot better.
Oh, that's interesting. So it's actually going to take. So what I actually thought originally was just developers can say opt in to use this on a game that's coming out. I didn't really think about older games. So for example, Star Wars Jedi is
Yeah.
what? It dropped at 720p.
Yeah.
I could potentially use the upsampling then.
Yeah. So this
On the sim.
also allows for like because they've added a lot more RT cores to it, so it's all about ray tracing. So that could help uplift it because that was not Jedi's problem. It had ray tracing on the whole like in each mode, and that
I
was
remember
what
telling
was
you, yeah.
yeah, and that was really like kind of fucking hammering it down. So things like that there could definitely help it. So that's what. Do you remember like PS4 or PS4 Pro and all enhanced it? It would have said that there if it was a wee bit better in some way. So they have to make it PS5 Pro enhanced. They have to have either the PSSR on it, a constant 60 FPS, add and increase ray tracing effects, and then there's a couple more things like what they can do to kind of qualify for a PS5 Pro enhanced, which is like better variable resolutions and all that other kind of crap. PS5 Pro ray tracing and effects, all that other stuff. So just it's just foot in the right direction. I can't wait for it.
Where did it come out? Because I seen it was obviously going around the rounds on Reddit and Twitter, but who'd actually leaked it? Because it is legit now, like obviously from what I've heard.
Oh yeah, it's definitely it's more. I think PlayStation actually predicted it would be leaked a couple of months ago because people have started to get it now. The Sony first party have had it a while, and I think third party have recently got it a few months ago. So this is from all the information that we're talking about now is from Insider Gaming, so they've confirmed that it's legit.
Praise Sony. I can't wait. So day
Pricing,
one.
what do you think?
$599. No, I don't think I said $599. I think I said
You went lower.
$529 was it? $499 to $529.
I think what I said. Remember, I said I think it's going to be similar to the Slim now, where it is going to be digital, but you'll have the disc drive. I think that actually was confirmed.
Oh really?
Mm-hmm.
I could see $499 digital. Obviously, it's going to be digital and just have an add-on, but I think $499.
Yeah, I think it'll be $499 and $549, or else $549 and $599.
It'd be around that mark
At the higher end, which I would pay 100%.
How much? At what ballpark would you not pay? That's a good one. Like, how much is too much for you?
I don't think there is too much. Like, taking like without taking the piss, like
$999. Would you pay it?
I would pay it. I would pay it.
Oh, so would I probably because we have both. Actually, I think we should touch on this because me and Bobby both have gaming PCs. I used to be big in the gaming on the PC primarily through PS4 generation, getting 60 because it was all about 60. Now, I can't touch PC at all. I've tried. I bought Dogmas 2 recently, and then I bought it on the PC, and it runs better on PC, and I can't do it. And Bobby, you bought obviously an ultra wide.
Yeah.
How is your PC gaming going? Are you actually playing on it?
No. But let me actually touch on the ultra wide because Kieran actually went and bought it. He's been FOMO'd. But FOMO'd in a good way, like because it is fantastic. Like the actual
ultra wide PC, it makes sense if you play on PC.
Yeah. And I put it this way, I'll never, if I'm playing PC, I'll never not have an ultra wide. That's why I was saying to Kieran as well. Like if I ever did get into it, my next purchase would probably be an OLED ultra wide, the G8 or something like that. It adds a greater sense of immersion when you're playing, especially with the 1,000-hour curve. Just getting to see a lot more on the screen. Like I've actually, do you know what? Last weekend I played a lot of Sea of Thieves on it, and it was fantastic. Right. And I went back to the Xbox because I just wanted to sit in the TV, and it was horrible. It just looked horrible in comparison.
Probably gonna look horrible on the PS5 as well. Let's face it, then.
Well, I don't know because we're actually talking about that there shortly because we're talking about another game that runs better on PS5. So I have some stuff to say. But
I actually was going to talk about this later on when we talked about the Xbox strategy. But I've even noticed it on. So if I'm watching a movie, I am more likely to sit and finish the movie if I'm watching it on Netflix than any other platform. And it's the same with PlayStation. That I'm able to play a game on the PlayStation rather on Xbox. Nintendo I can do as well, but I don't know. That is the weirdest autistic thing I've ever heard ever, but it started to happen. I've noticed it with Netflix. Like, it's just better experience. Netflix and also even like fast forwarding and rewinding, it's perfect. See if you try and do that on any other thing, it's a mess.
Yeah, Netflix, it works. Like it just works, and I think that's probably what's so good about it. But I'm not as weird on the watching end front. Like I think where I buy my stuff because I buy a lot of, the 4K titles and things like that. Your Apple TV, whereas I'm Prime because I just bought a load on Prime, so I just kind of stick to it. That's where my library is.
I know, but Apple TV is just so nice. The way it's all like you don't they'll have like the 4K as a default a lot of the time, and you're just paying that price. They're not going like, here's your 1080p version, here's your 4K. It's like, no, it's just premium, mate. But we'll get into that when I'm talking about Xbox anyway. But talking about that, so the PS5, anyway, ray tracing effects we don't care about.
No.
Be further on Dogma. I'll talk about that when we get to Dogma.
Now, if they can give me them and give me 60 FPS at the same time, then yeah, awesome. But I don't want to sacrifice my frame rate for them, if you know what I mean.
Well, funny enough, see the free games where I'm going to talk about, which is Rebirth, Dogma 2, and Ronin, all brand new releases,
Yeah.
all with bad frame rates, all of them.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Unless, sorry, when I say bad frame rates, Final Fantasy 7 on 60 FPS was flawless, but it's a blurry mess, or it was at least when I was playing it.
Yeah.
But I think it's more lazy optimization rather than for the console as well, to be fair, because Ronin looks PS3 like you said at certain stages, but so the frame rates to be desired. But yeah, just give us 60 FPS, mate. But do you hear before we move on from PlayStation, do you expect it to be like the PS4 Pro where it's a stinking looking model, or do you think it's going to be somewhat like
I think it's going to be similar to the PS5 design.
Yeah, like the standard PS5, that size and all. You don't think it's going to be even more of a monstrosity?
No, I don't think so. I don't think then the OG PS5 we were talking about.
The OG PS5, yeah.
I don't think it's going to be bigger than that, or much bigger anyway. At least the size it's down now with the Slim's actually really, really nice. I actually really like it. I wasn't keen on it at the start, but I really like the design of it. It looks real quality.
Like,
yeah, really, really nice, especially with the stand and all that you have to pay extra for, but it's worth it.
Well, say in the PS5, the new model, obviously a lot of they're nothing really the CPU wise. We're not going to get a big boost on that. So a lot of games, well, when I say a lot of games, like the Dogma, still probably going to have the same issues when it comes to that because CPU.
So the CPU is the same, but
yeah, is it a higher clock?
There's a 10% boost on it compared to the original one. But whenever you use the 10% boost, you're taking like 1.5% of the GPU away or something like that, which is minuscule, but
yeah,
that's the way it is. So I don't think we're going to get too much. Well, see, that's where the PSSR comes in. If it's good, then that could sort of save the fact that the CPU is pretty much the same.
Well, I'll give you a scenario, right? So Dogma 2, Digital Foundry just did a video on them because they just brought out. So Dogma 2 on console has ray tracing as a default, and it actually looks a lot better with ray tracing on because the PC you can turn it off. And I noticed maybe about a 20 FPS drop when you had ray tracing on the PC. Yeah. You can disable it on your PlayStation, but disable it on the PlayStation doesn't seem to get you a massive frame rate boost, which is strange. So it is really CPU bound on the PlayStation.
Yeah.
Reminds me of what was that one? Baldur's Gate 3 when you go into like chapter 3 on PlayStation, it's supposed to be like fucking 18 FPS.
It was bad on PC as well, I think.
Yeah.
Chapter 3. But I think there's so many NPCs in Dogma as well, and that's because they're all using the CPU, and that's obviously what's affecting them.
Not even that. We'll get into it because I want to actually talk about that because we'll get into that in a sec when I do talk about it because that and Dogma and Rebirth and all, we'll talk about all kind of performance on it. But talking about Xbox, so the strategy going forward, Bobby, talk to me. Obviously, they've started getting games coming to PlayStation. There's Pentiment, which I played. Runs better. 120 FPS.
That's wild though that it came out and it was like 120 on PlayStation, 60 on Xbox, and then the developers came out and be like, "Oh, it was meant to be 120. It's just a bug."
Yeah, and then you have Hi-Fi, Better Shadows runs better.
Yeah.
CFAs, will CFAs run better?
There has to be something because I mean, that's 2 for 2.
Yep.
So it is. Now Hi-Fi Rush, it has better shadows. That's it. It runs the same, but it has better quality shadows. So
yeah,
technically,
as well.
Yeah, technically better. It's the better performing game on PlayStation.
Yeah. So better build just.
Sea of Thieves is going to be. I think it's going to be better, because of the controller.
Mm-hmm.
Because I've been saying this here for fucking months and months and months that if Sea of Thieves came to PlayStation, like the putting them haptics into the controller, feeling like the cannon going or the waves hitting it when hitting your boat is going to be absolutely like next level.
Praise Sony.
So I am so excited. Like I'll be pre-ordering the £60 one. we get it 5 days early. We also get beta access as well, which I would say will be coming up in the next couple of weeks.
So, what are Xbox at here? Because it's a bit of a mess at the moment to me. I think it's a bit of a fucking mess personally. Um, Obviously they're starting to bring the console games to the PlayStation. Now there's always Steam integration. What's your thoughts on it all?
I just don't know. I don't know what they're doing. It's ever since they bought Activision, they're just all over the place now because they're putting things over. They're going to put more over. Like if you look at Sea of Thieves was number one. I think all 3 versions of Sea of Thieves was in the top 10 pre-orders and still are on PlayStation. So can you imagine what a Halo would do?
I think
They're
Hi-Fi
gonna-
and Pentiment haven't been doing too well though. Obviously considering anyway that they're not.
I don't think they were. I think Hi-Fi will do good in Japan probably. It'll do even better once it comes to the Switch 2. Sea of Thieves obviously is already doing fantastic. It will thrive, I think, on PlayStation with a bigger player base anyway, and you're coming into a more fleshed out game than what it launched on Xbox, because when it launched on Xbox, like originally, it didn't really have too much going, but there's just an array of content in it now between the Disney stuff, you know, the Pirates of the Caribbean and the Monkey Island stuff. There's just so much to do in it. So it's not going to be the last game. So then what else have we got? We've got Grounded coming as well this month, isn't it?
Grounded, yeah.
It'll be all right. It's not really a games as a service game. It's sort of, you know, like your Minecraft, kind of going and crafting, and there's a story to it and stuff like that. But kids will probably like it.
Seems like Xbox is the Android of the gaming sphere, basically.
Look, I think that's what they're wanting the console to be, isn't it? They're wanting it to be an open platform for, you know, Steam, Epic, all them kind of stores. Maybe even the PlayStation Store in the future.
Well, I would say this, right? So Phil Spencer did an interview and he said about Gen Z and all this or whatever. And because I've seen people on X or Twitter, whatever it's called, getting up in arms, like, we're Gen
This
X.
resonates with us.
Yeah. But
what
saying
he
that,
said.
kids don't play games the way we play games anymore.
No.
Like, even Logan, I got him that Link's Awakening. I said, you beat it, I'll give you $10 or whatever.
You do that as well. I do that as well. I'm to try and get them to play something better.
I said an hour at £10. You couldn't do the hour. He would, and even at that, he's just on Roblox a lot of time. Even last night, I got him Fortnite V-Bucks for Fortnite. He's just phased off that. It's all Roblox and these tiny little stupid games and stuff. So I don't know. I don't think people growing up are gaming the same way we are.
No.
You know, I don't know if it's like just an age thing. Will they grow into playing single player games? But I don't know. It's weird.
So.
I'm scared.
I don't think so. I really don't. Like, say if we had all this stuff when we were like younger kids, so if we had Game Pass and things like that, I'd never be out.
I think because socializing so different with kids now, it's not exactly not, you know, you don't go out the street all day until night and constantly wide. Kids don't. They just play with their mates on that. So it's, I don't know, like it's just fucking bizarre to me. So maybe Xbox is doing the right thing. I don't fucking know what's the truth of it, because the younger generation is just so different than what we were like. Fucking.
I mean, an Xbox that has Steam and has Abigail on it would be amazing.
Yeah, because kids don't care about going to this fields. Like, me and you're a bit different when we're older, but a kid probably wants options, is the truth of it.
Like, for us, if we had an Xbox console and we can access all our Steam games on it, and maybe if you're going through Steam, maybe you do have the option to treat it as a computer and do your settings and things like that there, that'd be class.
But at the same stage, I don't think kids even care about exclusives. Like, no one's going to go God of War's on PlayStation at fucking their age right now. They don't care.
Kids don't give a fuck.
They'll just play fucking Fortnite or Roblox, whatever's on.
And that's everywhere.
Whatever. Exactly. So, yeah, maybe Xbox is doing the right thing. I don't know. But for me, right now, I'm not an Xbox gamer, in the least. It's the same PC. If I have options, I end up just changing things. I like having it where it's just set. This is the way it's going to be. Performance mode or quality mode, and we're all about the experience, the kind of the convenience rather. But yeah. So you were saying, I actually wanted to bet you this. You said God of War is going to be on Xbox if Steam comes to it, and I said there's no chance. You're like, it is, and I said £100. Will you take the bet?
Let's talk about it, right? Because if Xbox go more in the PC route, and it's basically like a portable PC, how can they not if it's just a PC, if that's the way it is, and the Steam app comes on it just like it does on a PC, how can they stop God of War from being on it?
I don't think
They
I
can't.
think that would have been covered in some way
I don't think
when
they can.
it was agreed to port the games. I
I don't
don't
think
think.
that. I honestly don't think they can. Now, yes, it was taken off GeForce Now and stuff like that there because people could probably play it on their Xbox. And I did see a video of someone playing on their Xbox. I know you said there wasn't, but there definitely was.
So
But I don't think I can't. I don't think they can take it off a certain system because then that's sort of.
no, it was. Oh, it was on. It's off now, but it was on GeForce Now. That and Death Stranding. I was watching
Yeah,
it where it
yeah,
launched.
they were.
So I'm
But
wondering. I don't know. I think there would be something in place.
I can't see a way around it. I really
Because
can't.
Sony's obviously noticing now with the Steam Deck and also there's obviously different drafts of if it's going to come to certain platforms that are a competitor or whatever. That it would because it's going to go through like a certain. It's not going to be a 1-to-1. It's going to have to be like a.
But if Xbox make it where it is essentially a PC, they can't. They can't stop it from not being on that
If I know
store.
it's Windows 11, typically if it's literally just Windows 11 and it's not modified in any way, shape, or form, I'm not too sure what way it works. But I can't see
That's
it.
how I imagine
I
they would
can't see
go
it.
about it.
It's a weird one, like, but I just couldn't ever imagine it happening. I think all these well, you never know, but billion-dollar companies are that fucked.
If Steam comes out and it is a limited library in general, then yes, 100% it'll not be there. But if it comes out and it is the full library, I don't see it being the full library minus Sony games. I just can't see that working because it wouldn't hold in court either. Like Microsoft would take them for it. I think
2142 was just disabled from working on a what do you call it? Steam Deck.
is
Just
that
because
something to do with anti-cheat and all?
just
Because I
DRM.
know,
Yeah,
yeah,
DRM. The way they implement the DRM. So it's not to say like Sony could just go, well, we're going to put this on, but then it's not to say if it's a full fat Windows 11, how do you get around it? Because then it is just a computer. So there is. I know where you're coming
that's
from.
my
Right?
theory. That's my thinking. So it is. That's my thinking.
Potentially, I couldn't see it that way, but who knows?
And if they did
I'm not
try
having
and if they did remove it completely off, I don't know. The only option is to remove it completely off Steam, but they wouldn't. I don't think they would go that far. Just
If it
for
ever
people.
did happen where it came to that, well, what they would do is just draw a line in the sand and say, well, going forward, we're going to have an agreement in place that can't happen or something, or else we're just going to do a PS store, which we have already probably should just do a PS store, to be honest
At
with
the
you.
end of the day, like it's years after it's been released on PlayStation. So, well, I don't know. I think they will go day and date at some point here within the next few years. I imagine. I can see it.
It's weird,
But it's more sales at the end of the day. Like if that comes to say the Steam is on Xbox and fuck God of War and all, but people's gonna buy it. People's gonna buy Spider-Man.
I don't get antsy. Like if God of War started to come to Xbox, it would annoy me because I would just still play on the PlayStation because that's just the
You're getting it
system.
on PlayStation first, like unless they do day and date and Xbox can't get it via
problem.
Steam.
Like say they say Breath of the Wild on PlayStation, I'd be fucking loving life.
Yeah.
Imagine that fucking Nintendo games on PlayStation. Like absolutely, I'm all
at least the more sales, and I think that's exactly what Xbox is doing by putting all of their games on competing platforms. It's more money. It's more.
It's
revenue.
like in the sense of Android, it's like obviously a lot of iPhone games and so on or iPhone apps and all on everything. You don't really care. It's more I just like iPhone. It's like I just like Xbox or I just like PlayStation. But I would be if I was an Xbox obsessive fucking gamer, I'd be a bit more like, what the fuck's going on here? I don't like the whole not knowing what's happening.
So for the next gen, it's rumored to be powerful Xbox and then a handheld. I get the handheld.
Handheld's a good shout.
I would get the handheld. And I think the handheld's definitely 100% happening. Like,
because I've looked at Steam Deck and it just makes sense.
And I think it will do well in Japan. That would be sort of Xbox's kind of getting their foot a wee bit more in the door with Japan because you look at the Switch, absolutely fucking dominates in Japan.
But then it's the same game. So like Steam Deck, when I actually had the Steam Deck, I had The Witcher on it, it ran better and all this, but it just liked the experience on the Switch better.
Mm-hmm.
But I like the streaming on the fucking Steam Deck because I like PlayStation. It was still PlayStation, it's just streaming it. But if I had the Portal and it would work flawlessly, which it didn't, then I would have just played that instead of the Steam Deck. But
yeah, because it's more comfortable. Bigger screen.
Weird, isn't it? Like it's just a weird fucking concept of like it's not even brand loyalty. It's just like I just like iPhone now, and I didn't like iPhone for a long time, and then went back to it. I was like, fuck, this is just.
I've tried to dip into Android a couple of times. I used to use Android phones. I think I went fully iPhone 5.
Well, when I worked in game, I was skint. I had like a Photophone Ultra, and it was an Android phone. It was beefy, like there were good performance on it.
Yeah,
and I fucking OS was crashing all randomly, and just restart your phone. I was like, fuck this.
What I liked about it was you could do a lot more on it, but then I never actually done that. You know,
I would torrent on my phone and then beam it to the TV and all. It was great.
I would have played DS game. I would have got the DS games on the Android.
and then never played them.
But then never really played them. It's just like, oh, this is class. It's kind of like the way I done with the Steam Deck was I got spent hours and hours and hours getting all my ROMs on it and getting all the artwork and all for it, and then just not played them. Just like, yeah, this looks nice.
Because I downloaded that mod, or it was a mod. It was a port of Jak and Daxter, and it upreses it, and it's 4K 60. It's on PlayStation 4 or 5, sorry, PS4 version. It's obviously just a PS2 version ported, and I was like, I'd rather just play that because it's just there.
Yeah,
it's just proper. I don't know. You're exactly the same on me in that.
We are strange because gaming's our main. I think we've said that gaming's our main hobby, and we always want the best quality. With iPhone, PlayStation, and we've got good PCs, but we still don't play them, even though everything runs better on the PC.
Weird.
That's strange. It baffles me.
It is weird, but yeah.
PC sucks.
Does suck. So going forward this year, obviously we've seen kind of an upcoming game release, Marvel Rivals, Overwatch-esque copied version. What's your thoughts on the kind of trailer that we've seen?
Overwatch.
I've literally it's an Overwatch kind of fucking event.
So it's just PC at the minute. That's all it says. But I don't know whether that's just for the early access thing here coming up in May.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it will be on everything. I think they'll just do the early access on PC.
It looks okay.
Yeah, well, yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, free to play. It looks alright. Like, I liked Overwatch, but I didn't get too much into it.
I got really into Overwatch 1 at launch, and then I think they've just dropped the ball massively with Overwatch 2. It's a fucking shit show, isn't it?
It shouldn't have been Overwatch 2. Like, let's be honest. They should have just kept it Overwatch. Games make this mistake. Destiny made it too. They went Destiny 2 when they should have just kept it running.
120 FPS as well, Bobby, Overwatch 2.
Yeah. Actually, because I remember you and Kieran actually went on it, and I never went on it to try it again. But no, I did like it. I did enjoy it.
Overwatch is great, man. Like, honestly, see the just running about as fucking. I always do the wee guy who's a healer, but he has a wee boombox and he just goes quick. So great game.
NetEase making this one, so they done that new Rocket Blade Point.
What? No, did they? Oh, they done the Rocket. That's the one Kieran actually mentioned. It's
like a melee battle royale.
Because that's what it is. It's not actually a shooter, so I'm not too. And I was saying I don't know what has ever went well. That's a melee I've played. Like
no, it is a shooter as well.
There's only a few of them have guns though, is it not?
No, like even Bruce Banner has like a gamma ray gun.
I was thinking Bruce fucking Wayne there, but Bruce Banner has a gamma ray, and then obviously Spider-Man has what his fucking jizz shots.
The webs and stuff like that there, but the movement all look good, like with him jumping and stuff. It felt very Spider-Man. Is it Yuri that's doing his voice?
Yeah, Yuri Lowenfall's doing his voice.
It's interesting. I would be down for trying the alpha or whatever you call it to see what it's like, see what it feels like.
Well, here Overwatch has dropped the ball, so there's a game that's kind of able to do it. So I don't know, like what's happened? Overwatch had story content. I think that was cancelled recently as well.
They had a single player campaign coming out, and they cancelled that there, and that was like the actual main thing of purpose of going to Overwatch 2. It was like, right, Overwatch 2 that has the main campaign and things like that, and then they changed it. Didn't they go from 6 to 5, or was it 5 to 6? 6 to 5 was
5 to 6, I think it was.
Yeah,
or maybe no, it went the other way. You're right. I think they actually took a player off. Yeah,
took a player off.
But that's weird when you think that's an Xbox game.
Yeah,
Xbox own that now.
Xbox
It's like,
IP.
Fuck me. They need to like sort this out. Xbox now that they fucking own this IP, like they're sitting on fucking great games that just need work.
Everything.
Do you know what I would like them to do? World of Warcraft on PlayStation, please.
I tell you what, I said before, if World of Warcraft comes out, it'll be Xbox. It's not. If it comes out in console, it's going to be everywhere. You can fucking bet your anything. It's going to be on everywhere. By the way they're going, what should be class?
See if they're smart on console, it would be like you subscribe. Like I don't know how they would do this, but it would be like if you do it and subscribe on console, what you would do is get access to maybe Game Pass anyway. If you do have a PC or whatever, just trying to get more people in. I wonder if there's anything they could do there.
Here, did you see? Like Toys for Bob went independent.
Yep.
Remember next game's Sparrow 4, yeah. With Microsoft partnership.
Yeah, but Marvel Rivals. So hopefully it comes to PlayStation.
I'd say it will. I think it has to be everywhere. What'd you say?
Should Overwatch be worried?
No, I don't think so. I think this will come out and maybe give Overwatch a kick in the balls. But
hopefully.
I think it'll come out and it'll have a bit of hype about it, but I don't know if it has any sticking power.
Yeah. So here, what I wanted to cover, obviously games this year. There's a few key games that probably would have been really big to talk about on the podcast. That obviously we missed. First, the kind of thing we need to address is Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, which everyone, honestly, even now, Skill Up, I know you don't watch him. He put out a review saying he very strongly recommends it. All these
It's
people are
crazy.
playing it. I don't get the hype. Like I'll be honest. See, when I first played it, I was really, really high on it. Remember in the chat, I was like, "This is fucking." Like I've spent 13 hours and I haven't really done much. I was just doing
And
the
I
open
don't know
world
why
stuff.
you were.
Why I actually liked it is the content, the kind of context of the area it was giving you before, and kind of going into that. Now, the problem I ended up having was ever from that area to the next, it was literally just repeat, and then that's kind of where it started being like, oh, actually. So where I think the game drops well, see even like the fucking actual exploration aspect, it just seems so
It's
tacked
not
on.
good.
Like then we blow like blue lines you see in the way they climb and all, it's just fucking terrible. Whereas you compare that to something like fucking, I'm going to say it, Breath of the Wild. Like it's fun to explore in that. It's kind of like a slog after a while. But
It's
what
not a
was your
good open world.
yeah?
Like in terms of the stuff to do, it's not a good open world. The actual world
What's
itself
on
looks
the
great.
mill?
Apart from the performance issues, obviously with being blurry and stuff, but the actual side, like the actual content of the open world stuff, is very bland and basic. I think that
So I
lets the
would
game down.
well I would have said see up until Costa del Sol, I would have said the game was fucking superb, and then since then it was like it just went back into remake levels, and then just went really poor for me. You might actually like it, by the way, because you liked remake. You beat remake this year, and you liked it. Whereas for me,
At the minute, remake's the better game for me,
it's still padded. That's the
and
problem.
I've only got up to the Costa del Sol bit in Rebirth. But for
Yeah, what
me, like it's an
playing it
open
with?
world game, and it's not doing the open world stuff good. So that's where I have to knock it for. And then performance, obviously, it runs 60, but it looks like shit.
And the padding gets even worse, like in terms of the open world stuff, because I skipped it after Costa del Sol, but you should see actually did the one area of Costa del Sol, I skipped it after that, where it's like coral. You should see the amount of it is ridiculous. And people are saying it's the best game ever, it's a fucking masterpiece. And I'm just like,
No,
what are you playing? Like, it's bizarre. Like Ghost of Tsushima is a better game. And it got an 83 on a Metacritic. This is a 93. And I'm like, people are just fucking even the story, it's like it's still I can see some changes that are good, but I'm just like, it's not for me. I like the characters. I
yep.
think Tifa and all. Yep. But mate, honestly, obviously I'm a few weeks detached from it now, but if you asked me, did I like Rebirth, I'd probably say no.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
I don't know.
You know.
I would have just preferred it to be more linear. I think the open world's just kind of affected it for me personally, because it's not a good open world.
I think I said
I like interesting
yeah.
stuff to do, and that's why I even said you were talking about the actual side quests that you're meant to get story from. I think you get the story and all, which is quite cool. We had that one in the first bit, the grasslands, with your man
Uh-huh.
who was ex soldier. That was cool, but the actual stuff you were doing wasn't.
Oh no, yeah, there's one in Junon. I don't know if you did it where it's like you're
Yeah,
literally just going from A to B with the dog, but Barrett's kind of talking and it kind of gives context. He's crying about Marlene.
yeah.
Did you see
It's
that?
was that the one?
He starts crying about Marlene. And Claire's like, "What are you doing?" It's like my baby girl. Though.
I can't even
But
remember.
it's
The only
funny,
side
but
quest I remember was the guy down at the where the chocobo stables were, and you went and talked to him, and then you went up to like a cave and talked to another guy, and
that
then
one
you
was
went
shocking. Yeah,
and then you just had to dig up A, B, and C, and then go back, and that was it done. I was like it's not interesting at all to do.
yeah. And look, your opinion could change on games. Like even that. Did I hype it at the start? Yeah. Did it hold up? No. Um, but
Story's great, combat's great. It's just it's similar to remake, just a wee bit more refined. You have the synergies and stuff added to it, which is quite good. Characters are
some
all
mad pattern,
fantastic.
like some mad pattern. It's like, why don't you just make like even those fucking Costa del Sol has a side game, the fucking missions, the games. Oh my god,
Yeah, I've done that there. I've got up to the bit where the all get into the bikinis, and then your man
Bojo.
Rojo shows up, and that's exactly where I left off. I haven't went back to it since.
Yeah, I've never seen me do such a 180 in a game all my life. To be honest with you.
Yeah, I'll get
Like,
back to it. I will beat it this year, like because I do want to. I don't want that kind of hanging over me the way 16 is.
It's annoying though because people love it so much, and I would say I don't know if I would say 16's better. Like 16's fucking
I
no
get
16.
a lot of it's nostalgia. Like a lot of it's like big Final Fantasy fans. It's just doing it for them.
I said it to you. See if you're remaking a game, do it like Resident Evil HD remake, where it's same kind, even Demon Souls or even Twin Snakes. It's the same kind of game basically, but
Just refine it.
graphically different. Just refine it. It's even remake Resident Evil 4 done it way better, but it's annoying because now that
Yeah.
everyone likes it, it's just the way it's going to go in the future. And I'm like, I don't like that. So I'm almost like, well, everyone else does. So fuck, I'm not going to get what I want.
I would
Almost.
rather it just be more linear. Have the open world just more linear, and that's one thing I've always said is God of War does it really, really well, where it's sort of semi-open world,
Yeah.
and it's not massive. It's nice and it's confined. It's not too big. There's the side quests are actually really fucking good.
What did Ragnarok get? Metacritic.
90 something, 94 maybe, 93, 94.
Ragnarok's a better game than that. Absolutely. Like mine's better. It's just 94. Fuck, that's really high. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's right. But
See, when you go back to that and actually do the side stuff, you'll be like, fuck, actually, this is really good.
was that 2021?
Yeah, 2021.
I have a 3-year rule to go back to a game.
Oh, there we go. It's time.
It wasn't 2021, was it?
Yeah, it was. Was it? It was.
Right, okay.
2021 November.
I feel like I forget a lot of that anyway, but yeah, we'd be up for going back to it, especially one of the OLED downstairs now.
Yeah,
But
side
yes,
stuff is
Rebirth.
honestly some of the best storytelling.
I'll need a trap, but Rebirth, mate, it was like, you know, it's bad when you're playing a game, you're like, hurry up and be over. And that, I think I said it. So my first 30 hours or Rebirth, fine, went really quick. That was up until like Coral. The last 12 hours were the slowest in game I've ever had. I fucking hated it. Hated it. Yeah, so then I got Dogma 2. I bought it on PlayStation and did kind of what me and Bobby both were seeing with it. I would bat on PlayStation, noticed the performance being poor. Bat on PC, play about 6 hours on PC, then go back to PlayStation. So I've probably put about 12 hours in Dogma 2. Good, it's all right. Doesn't deserve the praise, in my opinion, anyway, from what I played. It looks good. But do you know what it feels like? A Monster Hunter a wee bit in a way with the big fights, but I don't get the whole hype. But it's funny because the Reddit page for Dragon's Dogma is kind of like split. There's a lot of people hating on it, and then there's a lot of people praising it, and then critics are loving it. Where I was kind of like, I don't get. I'm actually, it's like kind of like Greg Miller had actually said, but kind of with that, they were like not really into it at all.
It's maybe one of them ones you really do need to just get stuck in.
I feel like
you get the more stuff you kind of appreciate it a wee bit more. Because some of the stuff I've seen on Twitter and all clips, and all like absolutely really cool. Like there is some cool stuff happening in it.
it isn't bad. Like it's not bad, but I feel like it needs time. Like even at that, a lot of people were complaining about the enemy diversity. Now, where I was, you'd actually seen a lot of the same enemies.
Yeah.
But before the release, the guy who made it, he done the Devil May Cry games. He said it. He was bragging basically about the amount of enemies, but it's all under DLC. So, like even today, I was on it today, and the Reddit page was sitting saying, "Oh, I can't wait to the DLC till we get the proper game." So it's going to be like the first one where Dark Arisen was the one that everyone kind of obviously really started to play. So the performance, I don't know. I think it's going to be put in the back burner for a while. I'm surprised you didn't even hop on the trap.
No, so am I. I've had the urge. Like, see, when I've been listening to people talk about it, because Andy from Kind of Funny really, really likes it. And when he starts talking about it, I'm like, fuck, it actually does sound good. But it's just another open world, and I've got Rebirth sitting there. I'm on something else at the minute now too. So I maybe
It
just
does
wait.
well. Like you're going from A to B, and you can kind of, along the way, there's caves. You can go explore, and your pawns will remember it, and they'll tell. Obviously,
The pawn system is cool.
Cool.
Like,
Yeah.
see, like you said, the pawns remember it. You can get somebody else's pawn in, and he'll remember where he's done them, and with his guy,
Yeah.
and he'll go and show you. Which I think that's phenomenal.
And even the kind of the way the pawns work, I've started to understand it, where you're supposed to actually continually swap out the pawns because
They
the
don't
pawn will
level up.
always they don't level up. Yeah, but your pawn obviously will level up alongside you.
Yeah.
So it was good because you're swapping out pawns and you get actually kind of close. Like you start preferring someone's pawn and then you have to go,
Yeah.
which is shit.
And once they die as well, that they're dead for you. You can't get them
Yeah,
back.
only your pawn could be resurrected. It was very good. I actually feel like, say if the game was a flawless 60, I would probably be on it still, but it was definitely not the hype I was getting from everyone else. I wasn't seeing it. I'm like, the performance doesn't indicate, or the type of game it was seemed to be was like that. You know what it reminds me of quality wise? I'm not saying quality wise, but kind of this is going to be people are going to be like, no, that doesn't make any sense. But you remember Kingdom Come Deliverance? Like kind of a realism style. I'm not saying it's like that, but it's that type of kind of, it's going for kind of realism in a way compared to say fucking Skyrim. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what it does do well, there is areas in the map where you can explore. And there was like a village, and I go into the village, and there's like a secret around it. And basically, they end up saying, "Oh, we trust you," because I was a thief, and this was like a village of thieves. But they give you a reward, and you could just go out of the village. But I went around the back, and there was like a hole, and I jumped down, and there was like a whole kind of community down there or something, or not community. There was all these people, and they had all these reward chests and all for me, and they started talking to me. So that was something to get missed. So there's kind of good for exploration, but
Yeah.
I'll be honest, it's more when I'm reading on Reddit now. It's put me off. People are like, actually, the exploration shit now. But I'll play it, but I'll probably wait until it's.
If they get it 60, like I'll 100% jump in.
I don't know if they can. That's the problem.
Give it a go. I don't know if they can because it's CPU bound, even with the Pro coming out.
I don't know how it's CPU bound though. Like in terms of the game, it's not exactly like the fucking. If you're able to get fucking Cyberpunk running at 60, I don't know how you can't get this. Bizarre.
It's on the Resi engine too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just not built for open world though, really, at that scale.
Yeah, because it's a fantastic engine. Like you look at even the Resi games on PC, like they're so well optimized, and PlayStation all, it was stunning. It's kind of annoying that I was expecting it to actually be quite polished in terms of performance.
It's these engines then that aren't built for open world that they're kind of just scaling. And another one actually, I'll touch on very quickly, is Ronin, Rise of the Ronin. So I play. Obviously, you were talking about Bandit. You were saying it was poo. I don't know. I was looking at gameplay. I was like, well, this actually looks really good. I don't know what. To me, I was like, it actually looks class. It's kind of what I wanted to play. First hour of the game, Bobby, is fucking incredible. I would say like the combat in this game is the closest to Sakura I've ever played. Thought it was fucking superb. That's why I was like saying to you, play the first hour, because I think you play the first hour, you might go on and try and play the rest of it.
I don't want to yet because I'm playing something
the problem
else.
that you'll have is the open world is proper double A. Like, it's not even Assassin's Creed. That was double A. Like it's hard because I'm obviously coming from Tsushima, having that, and that's kind of the closest I would think to it. So graphically, it's way worse than Tsushima, and the open world is way less interesting. But the combat to me, out of memory, is obviously better than Tsushima.
See, that's something like if they had made that more linear, like would that have made the
100%.
Like if you're saying the combat's as good as it is, if that was
linear,
more linear,
that would be superb. And I didn't like Long or Neo really. I like Neo 1 a wee bit, but 2 I didn't. But combat's superb.
Greg Miller's, he's loving it. Like he likes the open world stuff. He likes Assassin's Creed, and he's just enjoying going and taking everything off.
See the way the open world works, though. Some things are on the map, and then some aren't. So you have to still explore and stuff. And it's kind of like broken up by wee chunks. So it's not. It's a big, massive open world. You can travel wherever. But I kind of think about the way Elden Ring does it, where you have Limgrave. Now it's smaller. The areas are smaller than that, but I'll do it in a wee bite-sized chunk, and then give you an idea of what's completed. So it's easier, more palatable. But I put it the back burner because the performance is shocking as well.
Is it bad?
It's shocking.
And what mode? Because is there 3 on that one? 3 different ones.
Maybe I'm actually here. Is it? I may be mixing up with I thought there's 3 in because I actually think I'm playing on.
No, I think there's 3. I'm gonna have a wee Google here, Ronan.
I need to check it out because Digital Foundry did a video, but whatever mode I have it on, it's definitely not quality mode. It might be balanced actually, but I think
there's 3. Okay, so there's prioritize FPS, there's prioritize graphics, and then there's a ray tracing mode.
Okay, I think I have it on prioritize graphics because it was locked.
So I think you're getting around 40. Because I think I seen a video. You're getting around like 40 to 45.
What's performance then?
I think performance is 60. Because I actually think, for smooth 60 FPS performance mode.
There you go.
So that could be where you're going wrong.
It could be. I'll actually try it, and then I'll talk about it next week. But I'm maybe moving on anyway. But I'll see because now that's maybe changed things. But it looks it looks the place where I'm at. It looks shocking. But the story is interesting. The loot that you get is very interesting. I kind of like having the loot. Now it does throw a lot at you, but it's nice getting new weapons and seeing the kind of the upgrades from there. And there's different stances, which is from some. It's in Tsushima. It's actually in Neo games as well. So the way it works, Bobby, you have a parry, right?
Mm-hmm.
but you
Yeah.
also have stances, so you can switch your stance. Now, your stance might be for one person different than the other. What's best to combat them with, and it's very simple to do. But and this was in Neo, I believe. Let's say you're attacking someone. Obviously, your stamina or endurance bar goes down. You can press R1, and it will replenish it a bit more to let you go combo longer. So you're constantly kind of parrying, attacking, and then regaining what they call key as your endurance. So it's a lot more kind of just engaging rather than even just playing Elden Ring where it's kind of block and slash
Yeah.
compared to like Sekiro. So it's fucking the combat is honestly it's top tier. I love it. And obviously it's to be expected. Those guys do good combat. They do good combat with Neo, but I knew you said as soon as you play that for now, you'd be like, no, it's spot on.
I think maybe after I beat what I've been playing now, I'll maybe give it a try. So I'm just reading there. So it's a locked 60, with a couple of dips here and there. So which is very very rare. The graphics
I
mode
forgot.
uncapped is
I
uncapped, so
completely
you're hitting around
forgot.
43.
Yeah, I was wondering because I was getting it mixed up because I obviously played that. I was playing that, Elden Ring, spoiler, and Stellar Blade all at once. And no
Yeah.
spell it. Stellar Blade had what 3 as well, isn't it?
Yeah, so that's 40 to 45 roughly. The graphics mode on caps hitting. Frame rate seems to be a lock 60, pretty much.
Even at that, it does not need to be 45 FPS because it looks fucking shocking in the graphics mode. So I don't understand it. Um, but once again, what I'll say is I'm silly for buying newer games because if I play it in a year's time, all free, Rebirth, Dogma, and Ronin will be better.
Told you.
So it's annoying,
Yeah.
you know. Whereas what I'm actually playing now is Elden Ring. So
Yeah,
before we go into what
you've
I'm
bought quite a
playing,
lot this year,
I have.
to be honest.
Um,
Like, and I've been a wee bit more timid on my buying because I don't. Well, just because nothing's really spoke to me. But um,
well, I'll give you an
just
example, right? So I bought Prince of Persia, both on Switch and
PlayStation.
PlayStation. I don't think it's for me, and I'll maybe talk about that another time. Right? Tekken, and I haven't even played. Rebirth, I beat that. Didn't even enjoy it, by the way. Um, and then what I'm actually playing, the stuff that I'm playing is actually older stuff. So yeah, you know how it is. But one game when I don't know what your thoughts are. Obviously, it's up to your batting for this one. Stellar Blade, what was your? We obviously played it. We beat the demo, 40 minutes long. Jiggle physics galore. You can lead over. What do you think?
I don't know whether I enjoyed it or not. The combat's quite good, but it's not
Fun.
great. It's good, not great. It's definitely not a Souls like. I don't know why people are calling it a Souls like.
Yeah, I think some of the enemies respawn, but difficulty wise, like I said, I beat the optional boss, and I wrote to you going, I'm going into it now, and I looked at my phone. It was 3 minutes later. I'm like, beat it.
Yeah. So yeah. So whenever you rest at your restops, the enemies all respawn. So that's what happens in Souls games. The combat is trying to be a wee bit sackery with the parry and stuff like that. There, parry's it's quite tight to get it.
It's fun
Um,
though.
it takes a wee while. Yeah, the combat's good. I would say it's good. Not great, but it's good. I don't know what's going on with the story and all.
Yeah,
It's a wee
environment
bit all over
stuff.
the
I was
place.
a bit like,
So you're on like you start off, you're on some weird planet, and then stuff happens, and then you're on Earth, and there's nobody there apart from these weird looking monster things. Um, I don't even know. Are you human or what? Because it keeps talking about is it your shell or something like that?
I have no fucking clue to be honest with you.
It's like
See,
oh
to me,
your shell's injured or your suit's injured or something like that. There. So like I'm like, what are we?
it feels like another game people are overhyping, and it's like, really, like it's good, but I obviously have played Near Automata, and it's probably that's what it really reminds me of, kind of area wise. But I think Near done it better. But to me, if you were thinking, should I get Stellar Blade? I'd be like, well, you have to. I would try give Near Automata a pass, but combat was fun, but it's definitely not like people are being like, it's a Souls like. Souls like are supposed to be a bit difficult. Like you'd actually said that Ronin wasn't a Souls like, and I was like, oh, is it not? Ronin is to me a Souls like. It just has difficulty options.
See,
Like
that's where I draw the line. Say it's not then. If you have difficulty options, it's not because then you just play on normal. If it gets hard, you can turn it down.
yeah, but that's the way it plays and everything. Like I was still getting killed on normal, and I watched Fighting Cowboy because I was wanting to see. I missed a cutscene because it skips a cutscene if you watched it, and I missed it. And he was fucking on the same battle as me. It's like 4 times. So it's it's it plays like a Souls. Like I don't know if I would say it's a absolute Souls game,
It's
but
got Souls combat, Souls like combat.
yeah. And even the boss fights are very Soulsy. It's not like like to me that boss fight wasn't a Souls fight. It
No,
was just
boss fight was fine.
Yeah, fun. But I'm
It looks
very on
good.
the.
Performance was quite good, I thought.
Think it'll get
Um,
great reviews galore, or do you think it'll be? I think it's
I
gonna
think
get praised.
I think it'll get good reviews. Yeah, I'd say 80s.
Yeah. No, there was me. See, to be honest, see with Ronin, I was like, is there something wrong with me? Like all these games people are praising, I don't like, and then people are shitting on Ronin, and I thought it was great. And now I can obviously see why people are shitting on it now, but I don't think it was maybe. I think it's just, yeah, maybe 77, 80% is probably right for it. But
Mm.
when I considered Lords of the Fallen, everyone was like shitting on them. Like, game's good, but maybe I haven't played it enough. Like Lords of the Fallen to me was a
Lords
fantastic.
of
I
Fallen
feel.
was really good. I really enjoyed
You
it.
think it's going to be right up my alley when it gets the world didn't combine yet? Or any of that?
Yeah, it all starts to interconnect the further you go into it, and then you
And
start going through doors and all, and you're like, oh fuck, I'm back here.
it looks phenomenal, by the way. When I was playing it there recently and ran
Oh, looks
flawless.
great. Looks great.
So much
It
fun.
probably runs a lot better than when I played it last year.
Yeah. So Bobby, tell us about Bloodborne.
It's so good. It's so good. I
Yeah.
finally got into it. Like I've tried before. Was it actually the start of the year we tried this, or was it last year?
Might have been tail end of last year. We
I,
both played it. I got
yeah,
on the
so I
past Father Gascoigne.
what did I? So I beat Father Gascoigne. Father Gascoigne last time was ended up in Old Yarnham, and what had happened was I was playing through it, had like 10,000 souls, 15,000 or echoes, and I died by a hunter.
Right.
Made my way back, and then he killed me again straight away. So that's when I turned it off and didn't look back. It didn't go back onto it. I was like, oh, fuck that there. It's 30 FPS. I don't need to fucking do this bullshit. But yeah, I went back on it. I don't know what made me go back on it. I was just thinking about it. And went back on it the other day, and I've been hooked ever since. Like the combat, fantastic. I'm getting more into all the stuff. I only found out last night I have insight to spend to buy stuff as well.
What's the insight do again? Can I remember?
There's just another story where you can
Or
buy
is that
stuff.
the wee
Like the
guys
Hunter's
in the.
Call.
Yeah.
So you can buy that's where your costumes you go. You know, whenever you beat a boss, you
Yeah.
can go and get their costume things like that. You can also buy fucking blood stuff and Molotovs and things like that. There using your insight. There was a boss was doing last night. The witch of something, the witch of Fenwick or something like that.
Hmm?
And if you have insight, she'll constantly spawn these other witches to attack you. But if you have zero insight, she doesn't. And the boss fight is
I
super
remember that
easy.
one. Yeah. I remember that one.
So I got up to that point. I'm up to Forbidden Forest. I've just entered there last night.
I think you have to fight there's quite a difficult fight there. From what I remember, it's like I think you're fighting 3 at once.
That's
Oh,
interesting.
fuck.
So I
But,
haven't really.
is that the one with the snakes? Have you got the snake shit?
I haven't got it. Must be in
It's in
there.
that forest.
I've literally just got there last night. So the bosses I've done Amelia. She was one of the last ones I've done.
Amelia. She's hard, isn't it?
So I think I got her second time. She wasn't too bad. She heals if you leave her for too long.
Ficker Amelia. The Bloodstar Beast can be a bit. I remember my first time.
It was a bum, like
When you say bum, do you mean hard or easy?
hard.
See, that's not what a bum is. A bum's easy. Did you ever watch Rocky? He's like, it doesn't mean he was hard. He means like he's a waster. He's just fodder.
I don't know. I just mean he's just a fucking asshole. That's what I mean.
But no, that guy. See, because obviously you think your first game was Elden Ring, which I think Elden Ring onboards you very well in terms of getting you kind of set up with the Souls formula. See, see that as a first game, I'm like, fucking hell, it was fucking impossible back in time. Is there not a lot of weapons? Like, I can't remember this. So there is just your starting 3 weapons. I know you can get some more, but it's not as.
I've got a Ludwig's sword, which is fucking incredible.
Ludwig's Holy Blade, is it?
Yeah, I can't remember. So, you know the way you press L1 and it kind of changes. If you have like the saw blade, it'll make it longer and make it shorter, like an axe. So that's what I'll do is you'll either have like a dexterity sword, or if you press L1, it turns into essentially a great sword. So it is absolutely shredding. That's class. It costs 20,000 echoes, but I'm watching Cowboy, his walkthrough. So he's like, we've been finding a lot of stuff. So you just sell it, and then you can buy all this stuff for nothing. So there's like costumes and all. He says you don't need this. He does the 100% walkthrough. So I'm actually getting every single item in the game. And
That sounds annoying. So do you watch it and then play it?
Yeah, I watch about 10 minutes and then go and do it.
That is melting. You do that?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds annoying as fuck.
That's what I've done with Sekiro and Dark Souls.
That sounds melting as fuck.
Yeah, it's good though. 'Cause it's one and done. So once you do it the first time, you've got
How
everything in
many
the
hours
game.
is there playing through? Like 24 hours? So you're playing the game twice, basically. You're seeing
Aye.
it and you're playing it.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
Fuck that. But I can
But
see.
what I
I
do
know.
is I pause it at the boss fight because I don't. That's one thing I do is I don't spoil myself on the boss fight. Done that with Sekiro as well.
So what I actually can remember. So IGN's prepared to try when they did that. The guys actually RKG now they're called. I played Dark Souls. I think I don't know how much. I don't think I beat it. I played it, and then I watched their whole playthrough and was loving it. But then when I went to play it, I kind of at least knew kind of what I was doing.
Yeah,
It's almost like
it's half the battle.
yeah, like it's fun doing it that way. I know what way you're doing it, but I mean, just watching it for 10 minutes and then playing it would annoy me. I would just be probably. Would you not just watch like an hour at night and then go and play it the next day?
No, in case I miss anything.
Okay, fair enough. If you're
Because I'm going for the platinum, I like to get everything. Because he'll go through and he'll talk to every single NPC and tell you where to send them and things like that there to get the best
right,
things for the actual to unlock every single trophy.
what a game though. Needs a 60
So
FPS patch immediately. Fuck me, that what a game.
it's the whole world is just phenomenal. The setting, the enemies are really really cool.
It is
That
rough. No performance is rough. I
it's
know you get
alright.
used to it. I know you
You
get
do
used
get
to it,
used to it.
but it's fucking rough.
I got this from the taxi. I got fucked over by the kidnappers. They kidnapped me and they brought me to the prison, the jail. So we ended up having to fight that beast.
Mm-hmm.
But what I missed because I didn't actually. What it was, I was watching it right. Cowboy, and he was talking about the enemies. Like, there's a big troll here. Ignore him for the minute. Just take these three out. So I done that there. The troll attacked me, but I had his video on pause, so I didn't know what he said next. And the kidnapper killed me, and then I was like, "Fuck, where the hell am I?" So I play on Cowboy's video. He's like, "Do not let this guy kill you, because you get teleported to the jail." To the jail, and I was like, "Oh my god." I missed the bonfire there, so I didn't even know there was a bonfire in that place. So I actually went straight for the boss. Died a couple of times before I beat him. Big electrical beast.
Oh yeah, he's a cunt.
Yeah, he was a cock. You had to just get
Do you know
right
what?
underneath him.
There's a when you're first ever playing, especially when you do it on like you don't have any kind of understand, you don't watch a video or anything. You see with those types of games, there is like such an uneasiness when you're playing it because you're always looking for your next bonfire. It's fucking fuck it is
And they
fucking
don't
daunting.
work traditionally like normal bonfires because you unlock one and all it'll do is bring you back to a hunter stream and then you can just teleport to it, so you can't actually rest at them.
You can't.
No, you don't rest at them. If you unlock one, then you just and you go to it, it'll just return you to the hunter stream, and then it's just a teleport spot, so you can teleport to there. But you can't actually just rest at a stop and then continue on.
Good that you're enjoying it though. It is a great game. It was my first ever one, and
Yeah.
starts to get the environment start to go fucking mental. But yeah. So are you trying to read the story? Because this is something obviously I'm playing Elden Ring. I'll get into in a minute. But that's something that I'm trying to kind of read in item descriptions to try and understand. Because I never do that. But with Dark Souls 1, the guy I told you, Fat Fidya, he does like lore videos, and he's very very good. He's really well known for it. And he opened my eyes in Dark Souls 1, like kind of what was happening. But are you trying to kind of?
I'm trying to get pieces together, but it's really difficult to wait from soft to it.
Yeah, it's
Storytelling, like it's really like you really do need someone to just actually sit and explain it all to you. But it's the whole set and all. I always said that they're like Bloodborne potential to be one of my favorites. I don't think it'll be Sekiro, like, but it's definitely going to be up there just in terms of the setting and the vibe of it all.
Do you know why the story's so messed up? By the way, like hard to kind of get. Your man, I forget his name. Miyamoto, is it? Miyamoto?
Mhm.
No, Miyazaki.
Miyazaki.
Miyazaki. He based it on. I think it was either some books he tried to read, or it was movies he used to watch in English. And even though he couldn't understand it, he was trying to piece it together. What was? And I think it's kind of a good idea. But yeah. So Bloodborne is fantastic. It's funny that you're playing. I think was it me? Do you know what it was? Actually, when put you in, I obviously started playing Elden Ring, and you were like, "Fuck, I want to play Elden Ring,"
Yeah.
and then you went to Bloodborne.
Mm-hmm.
I'm surprised you haven't went balls deep, by the way, and just trying to blast them all. But I know it's good to have a break between them because
you need a break. I think you need a break. I don't think you can just go into them and just one after the other because they are built set at times. Like
you're put off playing Dark Souls 2 because people say it's bad, aren't you? And you're like, why should I wait?
Mate, there's something about it. There's something about it.
Have you even played a wee bit of it?
Yeah, and there's something about it, and I just don't like it.
Just you can wait until the last. Like you don't have to play it right now. You just play it last.
To me, it doesn't hold up.
Dark Souls 2 is very different.
Yeah.
It's not Miyazaki. Like,
Yeah, it's just I don't know. I've played a wee bit, got the Majula, obviously, which is the very fucking start. I moved
great
on a wee
shooting.
bit, but there's
Don't do that.
just a
And
vibe
all
about
you
it that I
try
don't
to
like. I don't
do
like the whole
Bloodborne, do 3.
what do you call it? There's a system in it about to do with your health.
You need it. It'll cut your health in half or
It
something.
cuts your health in half like permanently for a while until you do something. I don't like that.
To me, what I would say is do
I think
Bloodborne,
three might be next after Bloodborne. Not
yeah,
straight
do
away, like,
3,
but I think that might be the next
and
one,
then
and
you
then
have to Demon Souls then too.
yeah, leave two to last.
But
But I'm
yeah,
enjoying
so
it.
Elden Ring. Sorry to interrupt you. What you saying? You're enjoying
No,
it?
I was just saying I'm enjoying it. Like, and I can't wait to get back to it today.
It's good seeing something because you're actually going to sit right in. It's like you haven't really been playing much. Like been really weird this year in terms of what you've been playing. I feel like the podcast had you playing more last year.
Oh, definitely. I mean, all I beat this year's Final Fantasy VII OG, Final
Yeah,
Fantasy VII Remake, Outlast Trials. So I can count that because I have seen the credits.
yeah.
And is there something else? Suicide Squad.
Oh, that's right. And I know I haven't really went too deep on like fucking Rebirth and stuff. But the problem is there's so much to cover, and that was weeks ago. So it'll be good. Like going forward, you can kind of just give me a full thoughts on Bloodborne, where we're not covering about 6 different games.
The good thing
But
is now off Easter for a couple of days, so I can really sort of dive into it.
yeah, but yeah. So Elden Ring. I don't know what actually made me play Elden Ring again. By the way, it was very weird. I don't know.
I know exactly. You were playing them open world games. You were on the Dogma, and then you were getting a wee bit of vibe for Red Dead, and then you ended up on Elden Ring.
You know what it was? It was Dogma. Dogma was like,
Yeah,
dude, kind of like the open world. It was like, I think when Breath of the Wild, it was kind of like, feeling like the kind of open world, and I was like, Elden Ring's there.
yeah.
But
And you've VRR
good.
now as well, so
Yeah, so I'm doing the PS5 version instead of PS4. The PS4 version's terrible, by the way, in terms of you have no grass really or anything.
aye.
It's very depressing, whereas this version looks gorgeous. Like I sent you an earlier, it looks fucking stunning. So this is probably my 6th actual time giving it a go.
Yeah.
So the first time was the PS4 version, I got to the mountain top of Giants.
Yep. Near end game.
Next one,
Deleted
PC
your
last year.
save for some stupid reason.
Yeah, PC last year I got to Volcano Manor.
Yep.
I tried to restart that. I tried to put it on. It was actually that. I was like, no, I'd rather just replay it. And I've shit on Elden Ring a lot of times in this show, but I'm having a much better time with it because I'm not even really using the guide. I'm just
Yeah.
kind of playing at my own leisure. And a lot of people, even when I was reading online, like a lot of people don't need to do. I always feel like you had to do all those side quests to get.
No way.
You don't even get that much runes from them. All that side shit, all those dungeons. But I'm having a
No.
much better time with it.
That's good. I think you're playing it at the perfect time because obviously we've got the DLC coming out in June, so you don't want to maybe be on it too long. So I think now is probably the perfect time, sort of April. Maybe get it finished up this month. Gives you a couple of
Yeah,
months break before jumping into the DLC, which FromSoft DLC is always meant to be fantastic.
yeah, and I always try and game it too much. Like I'm always using the same, even all of them. If it's all been the same build, this time I'm using Uchimagana, or Katana, whatever it is. But it's
That's what
much
I use.
faster. Is it? It's much
Yes.
faster. Do you use Bloody Slash?
Yeah.
Fuck me.
The bleed.
Yeah, fuck. I did not.
So I used obviously primarily magic, but my sword would have been the Uji Katana for blood loss.
Magic. I'm not really. I'm only have one spell, and it's for distance. It's not really that good. It was good at a stage, but I never really use it too much. But I'd use it instead of using like fucking a bow and arrow or anything. But
It's
I'm
good to
enjoying it.
have because, like, you can take a wee bit of a breather and kind of step back if it's a boss fight and get a couple of digs in on them.
Yeah, but mate, see, to be honest, the way I was playing it, it ruined. Like it literally, I had a map up of everything on the map and just going dungeon, 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 dungeon instead of. Because I remember when I first played it, though, the exploration. I'm like, what the fuck? There's nothing to explore. What the fuck am I doing here? And I was getting frustrated. Same thing at my Breath of the Wild, though. It was like not knowing how to kind of combat it and what order to do things. Whereas now it's like, well, like I could go straight now and do the academy probably
Yeah,
at my level.
which is great. I actually really like the academy.
Yeah. But I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it a lot more. I will beat it this time. I will beat it. Tell you right now. But
I can't
it's
wait.
just
I can't wait for Millennia. We were talking about this a wee bit. Like, I just can't wait for it. Can't wait to see you fight her.
That's why I get the pressure off it. It's like I'm gonna have to win. I'm not gonna beat her. There's no way.
You
I'm
will,
gonna.
I beat her. I know I use magic, but I still beat her.
Well, if I
I
use
get,
magic to count it,
yeah, 100%. I know you won't count it because you didn't count mine, but that's what you said, all right? Magic's not the proper way to play it.
no, I don't
See,
believe it.
that's
Do you
one
believe
thing.
it?
Like, because I was saying about Elden Ring with the DLC coming out in June, I'm gonna want to dip my toes into it. So I don't know. I
But
want
then
to
you
start.
have a
I don't
magic,
know. Yeah, I don't know what I want. I don't know if I want to start again because if I start again, that's a commitment to get to the end.
and you don't want to use a magic. You don't
But at
want to
the
play
same
magic, now,
time,
do you?
no, I don't. I can respec because my save in PS5. I'm at the end game. I can choose my ending. But I can just
Respect.
kind of go about and do whatever I want. So I can respec.
We'll put it this way:
To
see, for any new FromSoft game, will you ever, on your first playthrough, use magic? Be a magic
no,
build?
no.
Why? Why not?
I enjoy the combat now. I think I understand the combat now, which I
It's
didn't when I first started.
baby souls, not souls. Like imagine Sekiro how fucking magic. Do you know the next game is supposed to be called Spellbound? Like I think it's called Spellbound. It's like it's there's leaks on it and it's a magic game.
From FromSoft?
Yeah. It was all
No
over
way.
the gaming leaks and things, yeah. You can actually Google that by the way. I don't know how true it is, but it was on the gaming leaks and rumors. It's been talked about it quite a bit on the FromSoft subreddit.
Strange.
Hopefully it's not the fucking case.
Maybe just
Um
maybe Sam's not trying something different though. Maybe
I don't
Sam's
know if they'll
Souls
do
like.
I don't think they'll do Elden Ring 2 now anyway. I think they'll do something completely different.
I think they will. Elden Ring's definitely getting the sequel.
Hope not.
It's too big not to get a sequel.
I would like it when it's linear. It's the open world aspect. Well, maybe they can improve on it.
Because it
But I said
was.
the other day, and you were like, "You're fucking insane." It's like, "I want a glider." You're like, "What the fuck are you on about?"
But
That
that's
looks
probably
so
because you
good.
were playing Ronin, wasn't it? You have a glider in it.
Ah, the glider's crap and running. I
Is
tried
it?
it. Yeah, it's crap. Breath of the Wild. Honestly, Breath of the Wild is the best. Like that's in terms of exploration in an open world game. I don't think Zelda could be topped. And don't know if you disagree or not, but see the climbing and all, mate, and the stamina meter when you're climbing, getting boots that increase your climbing capacity and all. Fucking love all that.
What
But
was Phoenix Rising, mate? Better
oh
game.
yeah, runs like shit on Switch. Runs like shit on Switch.
But
But yeah. So Ronan, I don't know. Now that you put it the 60 FPS mode, I'm on it. Maybe check it out. But saying that, kind of talked myself into Ghost of Tsushima this morning on lethal mode. Did I talk about this? I did write it
yeah,
in.
it's like two hits and
Yeah.
kind
So
of
Ghost of Tsushima, I fucking loved. It's been 2020. It's been. So I'm gonna remember a lot of it. Probably not. I'm gonna forget a lot. I think 3 years seems to be the limit for me. Whereas even with I played Last of Us recently. Part 2, it was phenomenal.
yeah.
Lethal mode, you kill your enemies in 2 hits, but they can also kill you in 2 hits. And there's parries and shit. So
Oh,
I think,
okay, that's cool.
yeah, so it's like
Skill.
supposed to
That's
be.
skill. Then that's skill. That's definitely like
Ah,
a.
it's not a hard mode where they just have extra health and they hit harder. It's skill, like it is
It's more
skill. It's like,
realistic, I would say.
yeah, it's supposed to be
You know,
fucking insanely good, but I'm
it's
scared.
definitely like a second playthrough run. Like, if I enjoyed it,
Aye,
I would maybe do the second playthrough. You know, once you kind of own your skills.
and it is mine. You can do it on like it's Lethal Plus as well, I think. But I never done the DLC for that. But that game was something else. Like I remember a lot of people hitting on that.
I can remember you
Originally.
playing it and me actually texting you saying, "Mate, just get the platinum because you've only got a couple more things to do because you don't have a platinum trophy at all.
No, probably
As the
never will.
PlayStation man, you don't have a platinum."
Nah, just get just one, then to stop.
That's what you would do. Probably just to be an ass, just get one.
So what are you doing? You're going to do Bloodborne, and then what are you doing next?
I don't know. Got platinum Bloodborne. I should have that done this month.
Think you'll go back Rebirth anytime soon?
No, I think what I said was just I've kind of burned
Give us
out
some
on
break.
Final Fantasy. I've done 7, and then I've done remake, and then I'm straight into literally straight into Rebirth. So I think it's just a wee bit too much.
I think you should do
Um,
Sushi. Telling you, I think it's bizarre you haven't done it yet because PlayStation first party. It's fucking insanely good looking on our OLED, and it's a fantastic game. Surprised you haven't been like tempted.
Sucker Punch as well, isn't it? The Infamous
Mm-hmm. Or
boys.
like, yeah.
I love
Um,
Infamous as well. Do you know what? Infamous is the game I want to go back to. Infamous Second Son, because I never beat it.
haven't
It's the only one I
too
haven't beat,
on, haven't done it.
and it's 60 on PS5.
Yeah. Sometimes you're
Yeah.
better just playing older games and
That's the
waiting.
thing. Like, it's see, that's what Colin does. And he'll just play what he wants when he wants. He doesn't. That's what he loves. It that he's not in like kind of funny anymore. You know, where they're reviewing everything and they're just on to the next game. The next game, he just plays everything as he wants it.
Yeah.
Which
Because
is better.
I've noticed it's very rare that I'll play, even at that, like any of the games that we played at launch last year, apart from Zelda, you're probably getting a better experience performance wise. Well, actually, I'm probably patch that as well. Well, from what they could do.
Yeah, like if we went back and played Star Wars now, probably be
We were going to hold
fantastic.
off, remember? Yeah.
We were debating that, and then it was just there was a certain story pit that we hit, and I was like, oh, okay, we're going to have to see this through.
The full mode.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah. But I think that'll do. Bob Air's about an hour and 15 minutes. So only thing to cover is games out this week. We've got on PlayStation Plus. Sorry, there's no real games out this week, but
There's
PlayStation
fuck all
Plus.
out this month, so it's just the monthly games for PS Plus, which aren't too bad.
Immortals of Avium, the Unreal Engine 5 EA, isn't it? EA game.
Yeah, yeah. Colin loved it.
Really?
Really, really liked it. Yep. He
Yes.
says it's underrated.
Minecraft Legends. And
I give this a
Skull-
go on PlayStation. I'll give it a go on PlayStation. Minecraft. It's the sort of army, sort of Age of Empire.
I tried it. I was
I
like,
didn't. I still obviously haven't even touched it, but I might give it a go on PlayStation.
yeah. Apart from
And
that, though,
Skull,
that's kind of
the Hero Slayer. I don't know what the fuck that is.
yeah. So I might depend. I'm going to check out that Ronin performance mode, Tsushima as well. Do some more Elden Ring, and then next week we'll see how you get on with Bloodborne. Maybe you'll have it beat. Maybe you could beat me. It took me 20 hours beat Bloodborne. 22 hours.
Oh, there's 29 videos for Cowboys
And what
walkthrough,
are they?
and I'm on number 9.
How long are they each?
But 20 to 27 minutes. Some of them are a wee bit less towards the end. It'll be like one will just be like a boss fight or something like that. 12 minutes long or something.
You can actually check how long the beat is Bloodborne because I'm going off memory.
I think it says 30. But them videos, that's including the DLC as well.
So it's main story's 33 hours. I could be talking shit by the way and be saying that, and it took much longer.
So what he'll probably do is like towards the end of it, he might say, right, this is the point now where we'll go in and we'll do the DLC.
Yeah.
But
Well,
fantastic. Can't wait to get back to it.
there you are. Right, so off to play games, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Bye bye.